live. It's so weird because I'm looking at it on YouTube also, and there's this delay.
Well,
Now
that's how it works.
I know it's just it's like throwing me off in my head here. All right, let's see. Here we go. All right, you guys ready?
Yep. Zach first, me second, Steven third.
All right, here we go. On this episode of the Culture Smash Cast,
Luca Guadagnino making another movie. How many movies has that guy got to make?
And you won't have to wait 28 years later for Cillian Murphy. God damn it.
let's start again.
Okay.
Although I think it's kind of funny here because I actually didn't know what I was going to say anyway, so we'll start again.
Okay.
On this episode of the Culture Smash Cast,
Luca Guadagnino got another movie to make another one.
And you won't have to wait 28 years later for Cillian Murphy.
but will we have to wait 28 years for that new Wicked for Good trailer? It's the Culture Smash Cast, episode 672 for June the 4th, 2025. I'm Stephen Lackey, editor of the Culture Smash Cast. Nico?
Nicholas Qualls, contributor to the Culture Smash Cast.
Zach?
Zach, I'm here. This is me. I'm Zach.
Exactly. And we're missing Tina because she is on baby duty tonight.
Yep. It's good. Pretty much usually going to alternate between one of us. So this week's mine.
What's up, Samantha? Not Samantha. What's up, Sydney? What's up, Zach? What's up, Crystal? All here in the chat already. Ready to go?
You got to say what's up to me again? I'm honored.
Not you, sir. Not you. We're saying what's up to Zach Moffat.
Okay.
All the way from Australia, sir. But anyway, on to the boring but important stuff. Join us every Wednesday night at 7-ish CDT. Follow us on your favorite platform. We are on YouTube and Twitch. Interact with us. If you comment, we'll read it and answer your questions as we go along in the stream. Special thanks to Skinny Mixes for supporting the Culture Smash Cast. Skinny Mixes are coffee, cocktail, and dessert syrups that are 0 sugar, 0 calorie, and 0 to 2 carbs. Head on over to skinnymixes.com and try some of their delicious drink and dessert syrups, such as the white chocolate, salted dark chocolate, and salted caramel. They also offer a variety of cocktail mixers and water infusions. Spice up your coffee or cocktail with less sugar, calories, and carbs. Use promo code CULTURESMASH for a 15% discount on your order. Spend $50 and get free shipping. There you go. So, Nico, what have you been up to, sir, since last we spoke?
When did we last speak?
We spoke last week. Didn't we do a show last Wednesday?
Yeah,
a lot of
on that one. That wasn't me.
That's what it was. Yeah. So it's been about 2 weeks since we saw you.
Not much. Not much. We did see a movie. We saw Love Hurts. Because it's an hour and a half, so great window time to watch it, which was okay. I had fun with it, but it's not a great movie. It's an okay movie, but yeah, it was entertaining. So gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. Yeah. Other than that, just doing the dad life. Kids got ear infection, so fun time staying.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
Yeah, Tina and I have been alternating days off, but should be fine for tomorrow. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right.
So I was trying to remember if I was on before or after MomoCon in Atlanta, Georgia, which is a large pop culture convention, animation, gaming, comics. And I think it was probably before then. So Tina and I went to MomoCon. She might have talked about it last week.
She didn't actually, and okay. I have some stuff to say about that. So go ahead.
Yeah, you should have stuff to say. It was fun. We didn't get to do as much as we would have liked because we were with the kid almost the whole time. But it was a pretty rad time. Got to see a lot of cool stuff. Yep, you said so.
Oh, what's up? What's up, Snow Leopard? Welcome. Sydney says, I ordered a bunch of DVDs from Hamilton Book. Hamilton Book is the death of the wallet for physical media people, books, movies, and vinyl, because their prices are killer. But real quick, before we move to Zach, why did you think I should have something to say about MomoCon?
I don't know. You should just have something to say about Tina
not bringing it up.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, did you go to any of the Transformers stuff at MomoCon?
No, I didn't go to any Transformers content. our plan was to have my mom and stepdad come up to babysit the kid for evening. So we would
Mm-hmm.
take kid for kid programming. They have actually a really good kid programming and had some of the voice cast from Bluey there, which was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a medical emergency. They weren't able to come. They're okay now, but
Oh, good.
they weren't able to come up. So we had the kid. So we didn't do nighttime stuff or go back to do much adult programming. I say adult. It's a family friendly event, but I mean like go attend a convention as adults.
Mm-hmm.
I did go on Sunday alone, which was the last day. Tina stayed with Evie, and I got to do a one shot of a TTRPG based on the podcast series Old Gods of Appalachia, which was
Oh,
a lot of fun. So
that's
I really,
cool.
yeah, that was really cool. I'm behind on the series, but I definitely recommend it if like Southern Gothic horror is your thing. Check out Old Gods of Appalachia, and the RPG system kind of captured a lot of that feel pretty well.
Well, the reason I ask is because the two producers that I'm working on the show with in California were at MomoCon,
Oh,
and it's
cool.
because John is a voice actor. He's done Starscream. He did Starscream in Transformers One. He's also doubled on Optimus Prime and some others.
Okay.
And so he was there specifically for some Transformers events. And I was going to try to connect you guys. Everything just kind of flew by so fast. But yeah,
It likely would not have happened.
yeah, they were live streaming from all he was judging some stuff for Transformers and whatever. It seemed like it was a pretty good show.
It's a really good event. It had about 60,000 people at it. It's a really large show, constantly growing and adding more space. So if you're ever in the Atlanta and the Georgia region over Memorial Day weekend and want to check it out, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
All right. All right, Zach, what about you, sir? What about you over the weekend? Anything new since I saw you last? That's a quick answer right there. There you go. He ain't got nothing.
You know what I did? I paid off my EDC Las Vegas ticket. That's what I did.
Hey, listen, that's a good thing.
That's 500 plus bucks paid off. So you know what?
There you go.
If anybody here's listening is also going to EDC Las Vegas because you had to get your tickets by now, otherwise you suck.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there.
He's signing autographs, because he's a prestigious filmmaker. Yeah, he'll be there.
I don't know what I'd do. I'd be like, sure.
It's so weird when we're in the Belcourt Theater and someone recognizes me from TikTok or whatever.
You, and I'm just standing there like an asshole, just being like, yeah, look at this motherfucker here. Look at him being all popular.
So anyway, over this past weekend, actually this past almost week, from Thursday to Monday, I was in California, in Palm Springs and Los Angeles. We shot Crystal's here; she was there too. We shot a lot of really cool stuff for the documentary that we're working on. We shot in a comic book store, and we also shot in a horror-themed coffee shop, which was super cool. So some of us are doing cool stuff, just not Zach.
Oh no, the one weekend where I was sick. That was it. I got sick last week. If you watch the podcast at the end, you notice I was starting to get like not feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
And I got sick. And I still have a cough.
Then you could just stay over there, sir.
No. It's a small cough, but
yeah.
Every day it's getting better. But yeah, that's what I did. That's why I didn't do shit this weekend because I was like sick.
Well, I was hoping that Samantha would jump into the chat because one of my subscribers and friends from TikTok is coming into town, and we're going to take her out while she's here.
Oh, I watched Presents, if that counts.
Yeah, what did you think of Presents? I love Presents.
They got a lot of lamps in that house.
They do have a lot of lamps, yes.
Hot take, nothing happens for like at least 50 minutes of that movie.
Oh, I'm going to disagree. I love that movie.
I kind of just didn't have any care for the first 50 minutes. I was like watching it and going, this looks very 48 hours, film project.
Well, it's very low budget. It's low budget.
I'm not dissing it because of that. It's just it had that feel of it. And Steven Soderbergh is always experimental with that. So I'm not saying, oh, the movie is shit because of it. It just had that like this is very low budget experimental.
It is an experimental film, so if you can't rock with it being experimental, then yeah,
it wasn't that. It was just the characters to me weren't very interesting. And there's a bad guy in the film, and his entire motivation was weird.
I don't know. I love that film. It's
20 minutes was rocking, but like everything to get there was like.
I mean, I'm not saying that it is because I don't know yet, but it has potential to be in my top 10. I really love that movie.
Yeah, not going to be in mine.
Yeah, because
for you, but for me, I was so bored.
We're seeing a lot of good movies this year, though, so we'll see. And we're going to talk about a few of those now. In the chat, I guess bringing up the Black Phone 2 trailer. I did watch the trailer.
Oh, yeah. It's that Nightmare on Black Phone Street.
Kind of feels like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Killer that was assaulting children that was killed and is now coming back from the grave to kill once more. Like, this is
except that this one has that blue and green Scott Derrickson hue to it that I hate.
I mean,
why?
Yeah, it's just like we can't do Freddy Krueger. What do we got?
I do love Ethan Hawke though, so I am going to see it. I didn't hate the Black Phone. I just didn't love it like everyone else. It's just I'm like whatever about it.
The short story, and I was like, wow, that's fantastic. There's no
reason
we should be over 20 minutes.
Exactly. Alrighty, let's talk about this week's box office, shall we? And then we'll get into the film ball, which I'm very excited to. Number 10, the J-Hope Tour. Hope on the Stage in Japan, live viewing. It made $939,000. Zach, is this something...
yeah, KJ saw this.
KJ went to see it? Yeah.
It's J-pop, K-pop.
Mm-hmm.
In the Screen X or in the theater, and you know what? Good for them. I hope they had fun. It's a concert.
Yeah, got it.
I mean, she's even going to Atlanta this next week to see, I don't know, some other K-pop band.
Well, I mean, and then you're going to Las Vegas to see, an EDC,
Yeah, to see 3 days of EDM artists over 12 stages. A little bit different, but
Yeah, one is like I can be over and done in a couple hours, and the other one is like 2 or 3 straight days of somebody pounding a nail into my head.
Endurance test all night.
Yeah, for sure. All right, moving on. Number 9 is The Last Rodeo. It made $2.1 million. It's made 10.7 so far. Isn't this an Angel Studio situation?
Yes.
Or something like yeah, that's what I thought. Number 8 is Friendship. It made $2.5 million. It's made $12.3 million so far total. Number 7 is Thunderbolts Astros New Avengers. Made $4.7 million. It's made $181.8 million so far. Number 6 is Sinners, still in the top 10 as it should be. Made $5.2 million. It's made $267 million so far. And the best possible news sidebar about Sinners is, thankfully, Ryan Coogler came out and said he's not planning any additional Sinners-related content. No prequels, no sequels, no spin-offs, nothing. He's moving on. Yeah. It doesn't. I did a whole ass TikTok video about that today. It does not need it. Leave it alone. The movie is perfection as it is.
And another cool thing, best news about this movie, the 4K is confirmed to have the IMAX sequences. And from personal experience, let me tell you, boy, it makes a big difference even at home.
Mm.
Like it goes from 276 to 178, and it pops.
Actually, the third thing is Ryan Coogler actually got Warner Brothers to set up a screening in Clarksdale, Mississippi for Sinners. Clarksdale, Mississippi, which is the setting of the movie, does not have a movie theater. Which is the closest one's about an hour away in like South Haven or Memphis. So Warner Brothers actually got to set up in a community center like multiple screenings that were air quote selling out because they were actually giving the tickets for free, but first come first serve. And that was a really cool thing to read earlier today. So yeah, Sinners is just killing it.
So I saw some Q&As he did for that, and I just like his honesty because someone who was a local asked, it's about that area, why didn't he film there? And he was just straight up. He said there's no tax incentive. Like the state had already spent its tax incentives for the year, and they offered nothing or not enough. And also infrastructure, because I know a lot of people ask about it. Why wouldn't you go to the place and shoot it? But they don't have the base for crew and technical that he would need. So he ended up going to he went to Louisiana. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like the tax incentive one is a good reason too. But the moment you were starting that sentence, like they aren't set up for a major motion picture production at Clarksville, Mississippi.
No.
Like, I know a lot of that stuff can be trucked in, but still, it's like you need something there. So, yeah, it would probably just be a pain in the ass to have actually done the production there. And there's nothing really in the movie that has to be in the city itself that couldn't be reproduced somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, it's a no-win scenario, because if he had done everything on sound stages with green screen backgrounds, they don't have the sound stages. Or if he did what he chose to do, which was build a lot of the stuff, they don't have the infrastructure to do that. So yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I wish they could have.
There was a scene that they set up a, what's it called, the void or the yeah, but it's in service to the scene. It doesn't distract at all. In fact, I didn't notice it until I saw behind the scenes material. So
yeah,
and it's a quick scene too. It's like, we need this. Okay, sure.
All right.
You know,
all right.
When people get in water.
Yeah, I mean, just anything like that used minimally is okay. It's just when you live and breathe by it, like Marvel does.
The whole juke joint was set up like that. Well, fuck you. Like
exactly. All right, opening new over the weekend at number 5 is Bring Her Back. It made $7 million, and that was its opening weekend.
I think you jumped because we were talking about Sinners, and then you did not go up to the next top 5.
Well, Sinners is number 6, right?
Yeah, it is. Number
5.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh man.
You blew it. Blew it.
I've been my brain's fried today.
Usually you would be correct. It would be me who had fucked up, but not this time.
Yeah.
So Bring Her Back opening with $7 million. I think that's a solid opening for a small R-rated horror movie. This movie is a 5 out of 5. Go see it. It's incredible. It goes hard.
5 out of 5, but like I'm right there at like 4.5.
Man, the thing is I was at 4.5 for a hot minute, and then I saw it a second time, and I'm like, the two things that. Yeah, I saw it again. I saw it while I was in California.
Masochist.
The two things that bothered me are just so outweighed by the things that I love. And I'm like, no, man. I mean, this movie, yeah, it's awesome. It's so good. It's so damn good.
It's fun reading people's reactions to it, because it's gonna fuck you up. This movie will fuck you up, and everyone just walking out going,
and it was
shit.
I saw this with Crystal, and she had not seen it. So it was just such an experience to go in knowing what was coming and watching it with someone who didn't fucking know what they were in for. It's one of those movies you're going to watch multiple times with people. It's just so good. It's worlds better than their previous film, and I like the previous movie. I like Talk to Me.
I like Talk to Me, but it definitely was a freshman effort. And this is like everyone's on their game.
Exactly.
Acting, the writing is there, the gore is fucking there.
It is, yeah.
I mean, the fact that this movie could have gone several ways, and me and the audience going, I don't know how this is going to go.
Yeah.
It says a lot.
Yeah. It's so good. All right, moving on. Number 4 is Final Destination Bloodlines. It has a $10.9 million take. It's made $111.8 so far. Solid. Guaranteeing we're getting another one. Number 3, opening new this weekend, Karate Kid Legends. It made $20 million. And according to what I'm reading, that's far below estimates. And I just want to know who's estimating that this movie would have done better. I mean, this is about what I expected.
I think people are mixing up Karate Kid with Cobra Kai in terms of popularity.
And, I have a mutual on TikTok who had high hopes for this movie, too. But then he did a video talking about how, in his estimation, Cobra Kai has trained people to watch and take in this franchise on TV now or on streaming, and I think that's a valid argument.
I think
Actually,
that's a decent argument, but I think it's just also terrible timing.
yeah, it's really squished in among some other big movies.
Yeah, it's like you're going to get major Hollywood releases on Memorial Day weekend, so don't bother trying to put something on the weekend after Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, I feel like if this movie had come out like in February or March, probably would have done better.
Yeah, March. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 2 is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. It made 27.2 million. It's made 122 million so far. I saw some interesting tracking on this movie. It had the biggest opening of any movie in the franchise, and it was tracking to be the highest moneymaker of all of them until the end of last week.
Yeah, it's almost like the word got out.
It started to dip off, and now it's fallen behind Fallout. And now the expectation is it's going to be, at the end of it, less money than Fallout. Fallout is going to maintain its position as the biggest moneymaker of the franchise, as it should. It's the best movie in the franchise, honestly. I'm not saying don't see this movie. I think you should go and see it because the spectacle of it is pretty cool.
I am saying probably skip this movie and just watch it on streaming. It was dog shit. Skip that first hour of the film.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that, but also I just like to support real filmmaking, and
I get that, but like, man,
that first hour is hard to get through. When you see people give this movie a 4 out of 5 and start their review with saying you just got to get through the first hour, that's a fucking third of the movie. You're telling me I got to get through almost a third or more than a third of the movie before it even gets good to you in your estimation? You're giving it a 4. People will come around to our way of thinking a year from now. Yeah, they just will. They
watch it again. They go, "Wow, this movie's really fucking dragging." Now that I'm not in the theater, and going, "Oh God."
Exactly. All right. So the number 1 movie over the weekend again was Lilo and Stitch, the live action movie. It made $61.8 million. It's made $278.9 million so far.
Stop letting your nostalgia pay for fucking shit like this.
Now, listen, this movie's absolutely okay. I had a decent enough time with this movie, and I don't usually like the live action movies.
Yeah, what's going to be okay? The next one they do after this, or the next one
probably
after that.
Yeah,
because
I'm not
is buying this shit.
You're probably right about that. Sydney will answer your question in just a second. I'm going to do a spoiler-filled video about this movie because there's a thing that people are really mad about the ending of it that's changed, and I'm mad that they're mad. I'm like, you are looking at this wrong. Your nostalgia is getting in the way of what they tried to do with this movie. But I won't talk about it now because you guys haven't seen it. Zach, you probably never will see it, but Nico, I suspect you and Tina might see it at some point.
I know the change you're talking about, and while I have not seen the new one yet, we actually just watched the original, and
so you know the change.
Yeah, I know the change, and
well,
I can't speak to the change in how its execution works in context of the film of the live action one, but I'm watching the original one. Like, I can see why that change happens, and having family that's kind of had to go through similar situations, like it's hard to argue against that not being the right call. So I can't again speak to the context of the movie, but the change happening in and of itself is not a bad thing. It just depends on everything on the movie.
Without going to specifics of the change, I will say that the definition of the definition of family is such a core part of the story in both versions of the film. Now, you could argue, and I would argue, that the way family is portrayed with the ending of the original film is almost fantasy. Whereas the live action version is still just as much family, but it widens the definition of what family is, which I think is something important for kids to see. I mean, family is not just this sort of storybook version. Sometimes it's more complicated than that. And that's what this movie tried to do. Now, whether you think it succeeded at it or failed at it, that's one thing. But being mad because they did it is just being wrong-headed to me. because this is a live action version. It's trying to be slightly more realistic, and it's doing that in a few different places in the film. But I just find that really interesting that people's nostalgia for the original movie just gets in the way. The one thing we can all agree on is it didn't need to be done to begin with. They should have just reissued the original film in theaters, and we'd have all gone to see it.
I was about to say I would have gone. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm sure Tom Cruise would have preferred it.
yeah, right. Probably so. All right, so real quick, let's see. What was this question I saw in the chat? Name.
One-time watch movies that you watch one time, and that's it.
Okay, so that's a loaded question because it's like, why am I watching it one time?
Yeah, does that mean it's
like a 5 out
is
of
it
5 movie, like perfect, and I can't watch it a second time?
yeah,
Okay.
is it a good movie or bad movie? Because I actually can do more good movies that I won't watch again than bad ones.
Okay, easy. Grave of the Fireflies.
Well, except that's coming back to theaters. I'm gonna make it go with me.
No, I'm not. I'm. There's a line in the fucking sand. I cannot sit through that again. I can't.
Like I own Schindler's List. Like I got like the 20th anniversary Blu-ray set, and like I'm not gonna watch it again until I'm making my child watch Schindler's List.
Yeah, so that was one that I would have said too. I own that one as well, and I've looked.
Watch that.
I've looked at the.
And being like, it's fine.
No,
like,
Schindler's.
No,
You do.
that movie because I the copy I got was when I wrote a review for you, Steven, like a
Mhm.
decade ago, and it's like that wrecked to me watching it that time. Like I could. Fantastic movie. Love the movie. It needed to exist. It needs to exist. I will make my child watch it in a decade, 15 years, something like that. But I could hold off on it until then.
Caleb, when is what dropping? Which movie are you asking about? Let me know.
The Fireflies.
There's a whole like series of Ghibli movies that are coming out. I'm not sure what the date is.
Now, if we had to go like, okay, hard mode, not Grave of the Fireflies.
Okay, so if it's a bad movie, it's going to be like Serbian film. I've seen it. I'll never watch it again.
I don't want to ever fucking watch that.
You know what? I actually finally the other day flipped it. I flipped my copy of it because I'm like, I'm not watching it. I'm never looking. I didn't. It's not. It was still factory sealed. So I'm like, I'm not. What's the point of it even being on the shelf at this point? So I just flipped it.
Caleb was asking when the Wicked for Good trailer. We're guesstimating around 8 o'clock or in 20 minutes our time.
CDT time. Yeah,
maybe around then. Nobody knows.
Yeah, we'll be trying to keep an eye out for it.
The page.
Yeah, so that's a good one. I think there's argument for Requiem for a Dream being a one-time watch. I have seen it a couple of times, but I'm fucking sick.
Yeah.
But I think most people once is enough. Yeah, so let's go with that. All right, let's talk.
Yeah.
Go on. What?
I was trying to think of another one, but
all right, let's move on because we got to talk about Film Ball. Okay, so while Nico is pulling up Film Ball, one big thing this weekend is wild as fuck when it comes to movies. Holy shit! So the Phoenician Scheme opens wide. It's at 79% on Rotten Tomatoes. Dangerous Animals opens. It's 86% Rotten Tomatoes. I'm going to see both of these. And this one I just put in here because it's in our Film Ball. Dan Evil Eye, or Dan, whatever it is. That there's no rating on that one. The Life of Chuck is currently 88%. It's opening this weekend.
Okay, now we can talk about this film, right?
Hang on. Let me get to the list. From the World of John Wick, Ballerina is opening this weekend. No ratings on that one.
77%.
It's a 77 now? Okay. And then at last I looked, The Ritual had 0% rating because it only had 15 reviews and they were all hating it. So it's a lot of movies opening this weekend. Holy shit. This is the mid-tier weekend from hell because this is a bunch of mid-tier movies.
Because all of these people were smart and at least waited 2 weeks after Memorial Day to open.
Yeah.
Oh, in the chat, it is going to drop in 20 minutes. All right, so we're watching for it.
Is it going to?
Oh, is it? Yeah. Okay. We will find out. We're watching for it.
Man. We're getting conflicting reports.
Yeah. If it does pop up, we're going to pull it up here in the stream and we'll do a live react. So The Life of Chuck. I have a real curiosity about this movie because the way people are loving on this movie, I feel like it must be different than what we saw because we did not like it that much.
Yeah, but so full disclosure, we saw an advanced screening of this film 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Shit, it's been 6 months. Or roughly 6 months. And frankly, I thought it was mid.
Yeah, it was very mid. It was a very 2.5 out of 5 for me.
Like it was, some shit you'd see on Netflix and be like, all right, it's
Well,
coastal.
and part of it is it looks like Netflix TV show. It has that look, even with its weird aspect ratio decisions. It still just looks like TV to me.
And
But go ahead.
I read some of the reactions because it was in the Regal Unlimited, Secret Surprise, the AMC Secret Screening, whatever. And the reactions were along the same as what we've been saying, which was this was saccharine, this was not, very good, this is just whatever, I wasn't a fan. But the people that love it are like, I cried, it was just a beautiful thing. And I'm wondering if it's just a split audience here.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys said you saw your screening 6 months ago. That
yeah.
Ample.
It could have been recut. Yeah.
But the same thing. This premiered at film festivals 3 months before that.
Yeah, but we've
been screening it's been completed. So you're saying they recut the film after a well festival run?
I would retract that statement. Yeah, if it's already been festivals, probably is.
I wouldn't retract that statement. I would not, because there's been plenty of films that go to festival and get cut and changed after they get distribution.
All right.
And they're
distribution. It was Neon.
I know, but what's the point of test screening other than to just get some grip on the marketing? I mean, you can figure out the demo for it, I guess.
Well, but this movie is fucked in terms of its marketing, and that's not the marketing's fault. That's the movie's fault. How do you describe this film? It's about the life of this guy. Because if you go any further, you're going to go into huge spoilers.
I'm already seeing reviews coming out now that I feel are spoiling important parts of the movie.
I mean, literally, we went in knowing nothing, and that's kind of how I feel you should go into this movie.
There's a very specific method to how the story is told that I think if you reveal that, you're spoiling the movie in a lot of ways.
The whole fucking structure of the film.
And 2/3 of the reviews I've seen start out with, the movie is told in this way, and I'm like, well, you have spoiled something for people. You have spoiled something for people. Yeah, I'm like, it kills me. Like, it's the same thing with the fucking horror movie. People couldn't review Bring Her Back without spoiling a big piece of the puzzle.
No.
Now that big piece of the puzzle got spoiled for Zach and I, because we saw the movie and it had an intro from the directors, and they spoiled it in their intro, and we were like, "What the fuck?"
And I'm like, "What are you doing?
Why are you doing that?" Yeah, why are you doing?
I was like, I have avoided spoilers, and then you come out and personally spoil it for me, you dicks.
Right? I'm trying to see what's going on in the chat. Let's see. Flanagan does do a lot of Netflix projects. Yeah, and it feels a lot of times like Netflix TV, like a TV. Now, it is elevated by really great actors, but I think Flanagan knows how to direct, though.
It has an incredibly stacked cast. Like, everybody's in this movie. It was impressive in the theater, again, not knowing anything. And then all these fucking grade A actors are coming out of the woodwork for one line of dialogue and then going away. And you're like, what the hell is going on?
You know what my favorite thing about it, though, was, and the thing I was excited when I learned, is fucking Luke Skywalker's got a big role. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. Let's go, Mark Hamill.
Yeah, but Hamill was in Flanagan's Mask of the Red Death.
Mm-hmm.
No, what was the last Netflix thing he did? But he was in it, so it definitely seems like Flanagan is starting to collect regulars that he can pull in.
Also, Mark Hamill's going to be in The Long Walk.
He is, yeah.
I love seeing Hamill in stuff.
Which, by the way, I'm reading that book right now. I'd never read it before. Have you guys read The Long Walk?
Yeah, it's good.
Like, the first 5 chapters or so, I'm like, well, there's nothing much happening. But then it starts to get good. It's like, ooh, okay, all right, I'm in. And now I'm like locked in. I'm about halfway through the book. So I can't wait to see the movie. But I'm going to see Life of Chuck again. I want to know if I've just misinterpreted it or if it's been changed. I need to give it a fair shot because a lot of people that I really trust, as far as film critics, are fucking loving this movie. So
Yeah, but I mean, it's not the filmmaking that's the problem. It's spoilers.
don't
And
spoil
I'm not
because
going
there's
into those, but like,
yeah
I mean,
yeah
Zach, what was your favorite part of Life of Chuck? Nick Offerman's narration.
yeah
Genuinely, I want Nick Offerman to do audiobooks for Stephen King novels. He has the perfect. It was perfect. It was like,
yeah.
I need this, more of this. Yes.
And something about his narration felt very like almost 1980s
Yes.
in a way, like magical tales. What was it? Stephen King or Steven Spielberg show, Amazing Stories. If you know about Amazing Stories, it's like an anthology thing from the 80s. It feels kind of like that, like fantastical, and that really played well to the movie. But I'm going to see it again. I'm going to try and see it maybe Thursday or Friday, and do a fair review on it because I have been the outlier before. There have been many times where Zach and I were like, we fucking hate this movie and everybody else loves it. And I'm fine being there. But I want to make sure that we're being there for the same movie because, wow, people are loving it.
You enjoy that 10-minute long scene of nothing.
Yeah, I know the scene you're talking about.
Yeah, you enjoy that.
All right. Let's see. In the chat, what is this? Somebody read this message from Sydney. It's long.
Movie recommendation: The Order, 2024. Jude Law, Nicholas Hoult. Great movie.
Oh.
He's rating 4 out of 5.
All right. Okay. Cool. All right. So, Film Ball.
Oh, yeah, that's me. All right, I've got it pulled up. Again, we got 3 games, 2 Discord games, 1 contributor host player game. So we're going to do that one real quick. After I'm done with this one, I'll tag in Tina to work on the audio for both of us.
Hey, Tina.
Hi, Tina.
Oh,
Nobody
I'll forward
can
it to
hear
you.
that.
What?
Okay.
What's happening?
Sorry. Tina didn't get the link, so I'm going to forward her the link so she can be on her computer.
Oh, shit. Sorry, Tina.
I got it. I'll just forward her the email. So, yeah, again, we have the 3 games. So, after the last couple of weekends, things are pretty jump-started right now. So, in Discord game 1, the dis of the Discord game, we've got Samantha pulling up the rear at negative $15 million. Just to recap how we do our fantasy football game, you get 100 fantasy bucks to bet on movies, hoping to see how well they will do in the domestic U.S. box office over the first 4 weeks. If you have any money left, that turns into a negative million. So $1 left over, negative 1 million, $15 left over, negative 15 million. Samantha's case. Steven, you're following a little bit ahead of that with $3.5 million. So,
damn.
At least you're in the positive numbers.
True.
Next up, we got Marcus at 95.3 million, Frenchie at 104.1 million, Nick at 182.6, and Crystal at $221.9 million.
Crystal pulls into the lead.
Yeah. And the second of the Discord games, the Chord game, we've got Steven at $866,000.
Hell yeah.
Adam is at $95.7 million. Kevin's at $180.5 million. And Crystal again is at $334.3 million.
Jesus.
It's probably good.
Lilo and Stitch money.
There's Tina. Yeah, it's probably good that I'm doing the list reading because she'll get to gloat in a moment. In our game, the contributor bracket, we've got Nico right here at negative $12 million. I was left over 12 and haven't had a movie yet. Nathan is at $0. No movies, no leftovers. Zach is at $99.2 million. Let's go. Steven is at $117.2 million.
Let's go.
And Tina is at $395 million.
It me.
It's a Lilo and Stitch money, damn it.
Mhm.
is Lilo Stitch, and I had Thunderbolts, which didn't pull as much as I was hoping for, but still a good chunk.
And Nick says $3 million, Steven. Shaking my head. I can't even smack talk that. Listen, I could smack talk anything. It's early in the game, baby. It's early in the game.
Quick question: what constitutes a Wicked trailer?
A trailer.
Are we waiting for an official release?
I would
Yes.
say you're waiting for like.
All right. Well, the cam rips are out.
No, I don't want a cam rip. We want to watch the real thing.
I'm refreshing YouTube every now and then to see.
Oh yeah, the cam rips from the screening. People are posting that. So hey, if you want that, there's that. But
No,
we'll wait for the official.
We're holding for the real one, which is probably going to be pretty soon if there's cam rips come already out.
Yeah, as of 3 minutes ago.
All right, moving on.
While we wait, what's opening this weekend?
We talked about that. You just missed it. But it's like
I'm going by your film ball
well,
and then opening this weekend.
Well, see, you missed the fact that Nico wasn't ready when I called for film ball, and I had to shift gears.
Nico, I told you before it even started that you would have to do the update.
I knew. I just wasn't at that part in my life yet.
Tina, he's struggling because he thought I fucked up in the box office, and it's usually the truth, but it wasn't me this time. It was him.
Yeah.
I am indeed struggling today.
And
You
Tina,
had to take care of a raging goblin today.
and Tina in the chat, Crystal says hello. She says hi
Hi,
to you.
Crystal.
And Crystal, I'm assuming you heard that, but you're winning your 2 games, so that's something that's happening right now. All right.
We've had a double winner before.
Yeah, I won 2 of the last bracket.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
I did. Yep, I won 2 of the last one. But I haven't taken the reset. We have badges in the Discord, and I've been lazy and haven't reset the badges yet. I'm wondering if I should just leave hers there because I have a suspicion she's going to win that game. Interesting stuff going on with Fantastic Four right now.
Dude, some of the posters released are like, I want to frame them.
Well, the interesting thing that's going on right now is the pre-sale tickets went available, and the AMC website or AMC app crashed.
Yeah.
I am very happy. 1, because I have it in film ball, but 2, I'm just really looking forward to that game being good.
He's really hoping, just for the sake of his sanity, that movie is good, because otherwise I think we're both ready to give up on Marvel.
Good
I know.
War movie. And like, it's never happened. There have been
It hasn't, and it's there.
3 to 4 Fantastic Four movies, and they've all been mediocre at best.
So, fun little fact about the Fantastic Four movie. Apparently, it's the second Marvel film to actually have 143 projected screens in IMAX.
All right.
Which I'm sorry, I'm not driving 2 hours to see one scene in 143.
No, I'm not either. But
you're going to have Galactus in your movie.
Yeah, I mean,
no lie, I want the popcorn bucket.
I was about to say, speaking of, either way, regardless of the quality of the movie, I've got to have this fucking popcorn bucket because
so good.
It's going to be a $50 popcorn bucket, and I got to have it because it's Galactus. Now
it's just straight up. It's not some stupid cloud. It like the movie is confident in itself. It's like, yeah, we're gonna make Galactus look like Jack Kirby.
Galactus. Yeah.
The whole time.
What's that? It's fancy butthole. But what I think is interesting is the trailers to this point have not revealed what Galactus looks like. But they're like, fuck it. Here's marketing. Now we know that this is.
Trailer's out. I got the link.
All right. Let me pull it up. We're going to do a little live react to the Wicked trailer.
1 minute ago, I got it.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just pulling up YouTube because I'm sure it's going to be right there.
Pictures. Wicked for Good.
Also,
Official trailer.
I want you to know how much I love interacting with you guys. I could be reading a filthy, dirty smut book right now.
I mean, I respect that. Why is it when I go, Wicked for Good official channel?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Do you want the link?
Well, you didn't send it, so I'm just going and looking for it, sir.
All right. Well, give me 4 seconds. One.
Are you putting it in Gmail? What are you doing?
There. It's in your Facebook.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking, I gotta open Facebook now?
Oh, no.
What am I, 90 years old? Going to Facebook?
In this live stream that you could have done it in.
I'd have to join the chat and log in. And
There's a private chat, dude.
There is a private chat.
Fine. There.
Because you know who's not logged into Facebook right now on his computer? This guy.
That's not my fucking fault.
Because I'm not an 80-year-old man. Who cares about fucking Facebook anymore? All right,
There,
see,
put the chat there.
I'm opening it right now. Hang on. All right, and then we'll watch it all together. All right.
In 46 seconds.
This is thrilling content for our listeners.
It really is, but
Look,
it's fine. It's fine.
You wanted to know when the trailer came out, and I was on the ball with it. So
You were on the ball. I'm going to give you credit. You were on the
I
ball.
even found the bootleg version first. So
Yeah, but we don't play bootlegs here.
what I'm saying is, we could have had it early.
Ye-
We could have been first.
All right.
You should unmute.
All right. Let's see. Who should unmute?
The video is muted before you hit play.
Yeah, no, I'm going to. Hang on one second. All right, you guys ready? Tina,
Yeah.
we really wanted you in here for this because, it's important. All right, so here we go.
As he exits full screen.
Alpha Withrop, I know you're out here. Just come in before the monkeys spot you.
There's no going back. This is between us, the wizard, and I.
The Wicked Witch can't elude us forever. Not with Prince Fiero and his squadron hot on her trail.
No good deed goes unpunished. That's my creed.
The wonderful Wizard of Oz. No one believed in you more than I did.
Alphaba. They're coming for you.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason. I know I'm who I am today because I knew you.
Think of what we could do. Together.
Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun. Like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant world. Who can say if I haven't changed for the better?
Bring me the broom of the Wicked Witch of the West.
For a while there, I thought you changed.
I have changed.
It's time. For both of us.
To fly! Because I knew you.
You're the only friend I ever had.
Because I knew you.
And I've had so many friends.
I haven't changed for good.
But only one that mattered.
I'm off to see the wizard.
Yo, why this trailer got like 3 climaxes inside it?
Yeah, it does feel like it stops a bunch of times and just keeps going. Man, Cynthia Erivo's facial expressions get me though. Damn.
Yep. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna be there if I can opening weekend. Like, oh.
Holy shit. When she says you're the only friend I ever had, damn, it's just.
And then, I mean, let's not count out Ariana Grande. Just her, like the softness of Galinda compared to the first movie.
Yeah. I'm excited. This shit looks, as expected, it looks like it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully. I don't know anything about the story, so.
I do.
Mean, yeah, I know Wizard of Oz, but like.
No. It's only because
it was like. Well,
I am intentionally avoiding anything else. Like, I'm avoiding the play, I'm avoiding everything just to objectively look at the movie, not to judge it based on the play, not to. I got to keep it straight and narrow.
Well, and I get that, but for me, seeing the play, the way I got to see the play is kind of like reading the book before seeing the movie, which is something I do. And this, I knew after seeing the play that the second movie was going to be my favorite of the two, and this looks like it's going to be right there. It's darker, it's more complex. The story is more complex.
There's more at stake.
Yeah, there's so much more going on in the second movie. I do think, however, I think at the end of it, I mean, we'll see how these two new songs are. I think the music for me is going to be better in part one. I just think there's some songs that are just so catchy. But I don't know. What did you think, Tina, of the trailer?
I'm excited to, like you said, see the new songs. I want to see how they play out. If they flow well enough into the original soundtrack that we're used to with Wicked the musical. Because I mean, let's be honest, sometimes when adding new songs to already foundational staples, it's very jarring, and you can tell which ones are added in. So hoping they can ease in transitionally. But otherwise, as long as the actors keep up their performances, I expect great things from Act 2.
Hopefully they can work on that color timing.
Well, okay, so I was looking at that a little bit too. It does feel a little more vibrant, but also still in the daytime scene still feels washed out to me.
I mean, again, the movie doesn't come out for 5-6 months, so
I don't expect it to look any different than this though, because it looks like the first movie.
Yeah, but, man, everybody complained about that. We're not going to fix it.
Well, okay, so there's two ways to look at that. One, everybody complained about it, so you could fix it. Or two, you could just ignore them and keep a consistent look across both movies.
Wow, and it's fucked for both of them.
I think if you look at this trailer, the nighttime scenes look noticeably better quality than the daytime scenes. Like anytime, I'm thinking to myself, I'm happy there's so much stuff at night in the second half of the story because shit, the movie looks so much better in the dark.
Like her coming out of the shadows looked great.
Yeah, it's only like those big sweeping scenes with a lot of blown out backgrounds that really kind of don't look as good.
And I'm looking forward to catching the duality, especially when I do like a repeat viewing of 1 and 2 together. Looking for the dualities between the first and second half. You get a little bit of that in this trailer between the first movie having the big song, The Wizard and I, and then in this trailer, Elphaba saying this is between the Wizard and I. So I always love, especially for two-parters or throughout a series, catching those little nods to each other. So
I can't wait to be with people who haven't seen the play, like when we go see it with Zach, because there's some big fucking reveals in the second half. There's some really
spoilers.
No, there's just cool stuff. There's just really cool story stuff that happens. Just cool. So it's going to be fun to see all of that together. I'm hoping that there's going to be doubles, because I would love to buy a $25 ticket or something and see both movies back to back. I think that'd be amazing. Wait to see that. To see the story the way it's meant to be told. As one big piece.
Well, let's be real. Like, you could have just said intermission instead of to be continued, and I'd be fine with that.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that maybe that might be a time where we have to break down Zach and go to an AMC and see it hear me out, because it's going to be 6 hours. So give me a Dolby screen where I can have a recliner and relax, because damn, otherwise we're seeing it in IMAX or something and it's not going to be as comfortable.
All in all,
Yeah.
I don't expect any like huge failings just from the trailer. I'm not seeing any big huge failings or red flags or anything like that that would make me be like, oh, what are they doing? So yeah,
This trailer does have more climaxes than Return of the King.
it's like my
Like
sixth
for
book.
real, there's like 3 moments. I'm like, you could have just cut for the title here, and then they do another climax. It's like, and the title, and
Nico,
another one. It's like,
Nico, you haven't spoke much. You have anything to add?
Not really. I was, yeah, no, it looks fine. It definitely does look like the sequel to the last one. So we're talking about maintaining visual consistency. I think if I were them, I would try to do that, maintain visual consistency, so that it is not just like a sequel, but that these two movies are one product together.
As much as I don't like it, I agree with you.
Yeah, and it looks fine. I'm looking forward to it. I've not intentionally avoided the material like Zach sounds like he is, but I haven't seen the play. I haven't read the book, so outside of knowing the Wizard of Oz, I will be going into it fairly cold. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really enjoyed the first one, so I think I'll enjoy this one.
And
Nick?
disclaimer for everybody who hasn't read the book, and is thinking, oh, I'll read the book if I can't see the play. I'll read the book before the book is vastly different.
Oh yeah, that'd be a mistake.
It's entirely different. So don't rely on the book.
In the chat, Nick, yes, you need to watch the first one, sir.
Yes.
You need to. That is a 5 out of 5 film. There's no reason to have not seen it by now, sir. Get your shit together.
It earned the Oscars it won.
It did, and it's probably going to take some more. The only problem that Wicked, this movie, has now is Sinners, because Sinners has some awesome fucking music in it.
Yeah.
This is gonna be
Sinners and Wicked right now are going to be the ones battling it out for a lot of the creative awards, like costuming, hair, makeup, soundtrack.
And you know what? It's going to be a battle of the ages, because I would be fine with either one of these films, unless this second Wicked film sucks, which I don't think it will. It'll be really fun to watch this in the Oscars, because damn, they're both top tier. You know.
Yeah.
I hear Steven going, toot toot, hype train, toot toot.
Yeah, for sure. All right, moving on.
I'm over here just like, okay.
No, I think it's going to be. It's going to be. We will see. We will see, sir. All right. Let's move on here. Where are we? We've been on here for over an hour already. So should we ditch a story?
I mean, here's my story. Luca Guadagnino is in talks to direct another movie called Artificial. No one knows what it's about.
Yeah, it's just a comedy about artificial intelligence. So I'm in to see what he's going to do, but that's really about it.
I mean, but he's got like what, Scarface and American Psycho and like other, like, how many movies is this motherfucker making?
I'm starting to worry. I feel like he's doing too much.
Well, I feel like it's a Guillermo del Toro situation where he'll have 15 projects up, and then 10 years later we'll hear about, oh, well, these never came to be.
It's fair. That's a fair point.
Yeah,
that's a fair point. All right, let's move on to the next one.
All right, Cillian Murphy is coming back to the 28 Days Later franchise, but not in the upcoming 28 Years Later. It is in the upcoming one after that. So in interviews with Business Insider and IGN, director Danny Boyle, the director of 28 Days and Months and the upcoming years later, says that Murphy, who starred in the original 28 Days Later in 2002, will be in 28 Days Later's 2026 sequel. That's not confusing. Called 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. Boyle and writer Alex Garland conceived 28 Years Later as the start of a new trilogy, and they've been filming back-to-back 28 Years Later and with a different director Nia DaCosta, 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, the trilogy capper. So that's 2 movies. The third one is in pre-development, not greenlit yet, depending on how 28 Years Later actually does in the box office. And Boyle is hoping that Murphy's current acclaim, coming off of a Best Actor win for Oppenheimer, will help secure financing for the third film. So it is a risky bet. He's also hoping that using Murphy will help get the 28 years later technical achievements approved, such as filming the movie with iPhones. He's, quote, saying, "You promised them Cillian Murphy. That's quite a deflection of any technical concerns. They soon forget we nakedly use that to get our own way. What better promise could you make?" So we can expect 28 years later on June 20th this year. The sequel, 28 years later, The Bone Temple, will be January 16th, 2026.
Fuck you, it's January.
It's just wild to me that you'll see some real dog shit like The Electric State get $300 million, and a third film from this creative team isn't just a foregone conclusion. That just, here, take the money. Because even if it fails, it's still gonna be worth a look. It's gonna be one of those movies that, okay, they swung for the fences. Didn't really work, but I'm glad I saw it. It's just, it's really interesting to me when you see this kind of
I was
thing.
about to say, horror fans have been eating fucking good this year.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that this isn't just a foregone conclusion, like, we have a friend in our chats that's worried about, like, oh man, I don't know, maybe it's not going to be good. And I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
what are you smoking?
it's two of the most reliably great. Yeah, it's two of the most reliably amazing creators in the fucking industry. It's going to at least be a 3 out of 5 at its worst, right? But it's probably going to be great. But
I mean, what was the best scene 28 weeks later? The opening. Who shot that? Danny Boyle?
yeah,
Oops.
exactly. So I have, and the fact that it took this long for them to come back means they only came back to this because someone had a cool idea, and that is enough to make me buy my ticket right there. It doesn't feel like, oh, we're going to come back to the 28 franchise to, for a money grab. That's not fucking happening. That's not the reason. So
Cough, Conjuring, cough, cough.
yeah, right.
Well,
Exactly.
I have a quick story that just came out a few minutes ago. Speaking of Conjuring.
Go on.
Well, James Wan, who made The Conjuring,
Yes.
just struck a deal with Blumhouse, acquiring the prospective rights to Twisted Pictures' portion of the Saw franchise. So essentially, James Wan and Blumhouse now own Saw.
Okay.
Lionsgate will continue to be involved as a partner and owns 50% of the franchise. But, earlier this year, Saw 11 was supposed to come out later this year, and it got canned because of creative differences. So,
But does that really do anything good for us?
I mean, it's
Blumhouse.
Yeah.
I mean, Blumhouse will have 1 or 2 good ones out of every 10 that they do.
Yeah,
So,
but at least Blumhouse cannot go PG-13 on a Saw movie. They can't.
I mean, they shouldn't, but they're doing PG-13 movies all the time.
Yeah, even the fucking... Dude, Megan 2.0 in the trailer has shots from the R-rated cut of Megan 1.
Yeah.
Like with the blood splatter, that's from the R-rated cut. But
Yeah.
they're still making it PG-13. It's like, you fucking moron.
Exactly. So this does nothing for me as far as confidence level.
I mean, if it gets Saw 11 out, sure, I'll be there, man.
I'll go because I'm a glutton for punishment, but most of these movies suck. Am I wrong about that?
1 and 10.
Go on.
Yeah, but 10 was good.
Okay, so you're talking about 2 movies out of 10. I don't know. What is your opinion on this, Tina? You're a hardcore horror movie person also.
I don't know. It just seems like it's a downward spiral.
Oh,
we don't talk
thanks.
about that piece of shit. That's not in the Saw franchise.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad.
I've been holding on for that one since we started this discussion.
Okay. In the chat, Sydney, for me, hot take, Hereditary. He's asking horror movies that don't belong in your collection.
Not worthy of being in your collection.
Not worthy, Hereditary, because fuck that movie.
13th franchise.
Fuck you. Friday the 13th Part 4 is
The thing
good.
I love about Hereditary is how much people hyped up that movie, and then Tina and I came out of the movie, and we had like the same opinions. Like, it's not that good. It's
No.
really not.
No.
And then like the luster just went away. Like people started realizing, like, yeah, you know what? I don't know why I thought it was that good. It's
The
not.
Babadook.
Oh god.
Not the Babadook.
I need to
I actually like the Babadook. It's just not as scary as Zach made it out to be. I still like the movie though.
I mean, we're watching it, me and Nico, and like 10 minutes, 15 minutes into it, Nico's like, they should just keep it in the basement and feed it like a pet. What do they do?
Let me tell you something. No, the Babadook from the Babadook, we get birthed the Nightingale, which is a fucking banger of a movie. So I accept the existence of the Babadook just to get the Nightingale.
And
That's
what do
true.
we get from the existence of the entire Friday the 13th franchise?
The Friday the 13th franchise.
You're never popping in those movies.
The Dead Don't Die if you count that as a horror movie.
Oh
That's
my god! Like, you mentioning that film just sets me off.
See, I'm so glad things settled down with Evie. So at the very least, Tina could come in and trigger Zach. That makes me happy.
Damn it!
That makes me happy. All right, so let's talk about something that I do love, which is physical media. This week, there's some stuff. When Evil Lurks is out in 4K. I still haven't seen it. I heard it's good though.
It's not.
Yeah, you're the second person in as many weeks that has told me that. Doctor Who, the John Pertwee?
He's
Pertwee?
the
The complete season 1 is out in Blu-ray. Brazil is out in a 4K from Criterion. Monkey Shines. What?
It's like the 5th time Criterion has come out with that movie.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. They dropped a DVD and then they dropped a Blu-ray and now of course.
Oh, Laserdisc! Can't forget the Laserdisc.
Can't forget that. Monkey Shines is coming out from Shout Factory in a 4K. I'll probably end up with that one because I'm kind of low-key a George Romero completist, so I'll get that one. Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia is out in a 4K. Leaving Las Vegas is got another Blu-ray reissue. Why doesn't this movie get the proper love that it deserves? Mishima, A Life in 4 Chapters is out in a 4K digipack also. Yeah, pretty decent selection of movies coming out this week. I picked up a few things.
Media, I went on ahead and pre-ordered Sinners 4K. So
here's the thing about that. So I feel like the only special edition type of thing we're going to get for that movie domestically is probably a steelbook.
Yeah.
Yep, and it's sold out.
So it did. It sold out. So the pre-orders for that went like crazy. I'm kind of going to hold on it and see what happens with this movie internationally, because I just want to see if some other distributor does a really cool release of it, even if it's a UK version or whatever. Because I just feel like it's a movie that deserves a big box. Some kind of nice box.
I agree 100%. My reasoning for getting the 4K immediately is I never trust streaming because so many times internet goes wonky or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
If it's streaming, I'd rather have it on physical media. And 2, it's if it comes out in a region that I don't have any equipment to support, because not everybody's like Steven or Zach.
Well, just me, actually, because Zach's not as cool as me.
I have a Region B player in this house.
I just need something that'll play and I can watch the movie, because I know I will be jonesing for it multiple times this year.
Oh, 100%. And to be fair, I won't be buying it an all-region or a different region release of the movie unless it's a 4K. And if it's a 4K, it doesn't matter what the region is. But I just want to see
IMAX sequences. That's the important.
That's the important part. Yeah, but I just want to see if we can get something with a book or just something
artwork
cool.
Or some kind of special feature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that.
Like I was on Reddit last night and somebody pointed out how Smoke and Stack's like wardrobe reflect the Italian and
I saw that thread.
And Irish. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And how certain
Smoke Dress
characters
is more
dress
Irish.
one way at the beginning of the film and then into a certain way of a film, how that transitions and says something too. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's so many little things going on in that movie. I just want to like I would love a coffee table book or something that would just break that stuff down. So I'm gonna wait because it's not a movie. It's so popular that it is a movie that will not sell through in standard 4K. So I can always buy that 4K at some point. But I'm just gonna give it a few months and see what we get. I got to go while I was in Las Vegas. I got to go to Azia Records. It was a bad thing. I picked up a few things. I finally got this beautiful
Oh, you
Suspiria.
bought it. Okay.
I did buy it, yeah, because I looked online and it was this as expensive as this is, still cheaper, like $10 cheaper. So I grabbed it.
I don't know why, but that disc is always expensive.
Well, because it's Synapse is a small distributor. They're a small studio, so their shit's expensive when they do it. But it's very high quality.
Sale. It never
doesn't.
goes on sale.
And then I picked up this one, the Civil War 4K with the slipcover.
Man, I bet you that sounds good in your theater.
Well, we're about to see. And then I picked up a piece of shit movie, but I'm also a John Carpenter completist, so I got Vampires on 4K.
That movie is not good, but I have seen the comparisons to the old Blu-ray and that 4K, and that 4K, like they worked their ass off for that one.
Yeah, they did. And there's very few directors that I'm willing to basically buy everything, but George Romero and John Carpenter are two that I'm almost there to do that. So yeah, plus it was just cool to be buying boutique stuff boutique stuff. I got called out for saying boutique the other day. Boat. But to be able to go to Azia Records and get stuff was really cool. It's a dangerous store because they have shit tons of really good stuff. Alrighty. Well, I guess that will bring us to an end. We actually got to watch the Wicked trailer together. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Tina, where do we find you on the internet?
You can find me on most major social media under Cheddar Popper, CheddarPoppr.
Nico?
You can find pretty much everything I do at nicholasqualls.com, which is mostly a link to all my social media. So mostly on Blue Sky, Instagram. I recently did a guest spot on another podcast called the Awesome Cast, OSM Cast.
Cool.
About TTRPGs and running games. I recorded that on Monday, so I don't know. It's probably going to be out within a week or two, so just keep an eye out there. I'll post about it on my socials.
Nice. Exactly, boy?
You can find me on Instagram, Master of the Matrix 91. You can find me on Steam and Discord as a dangerous mute lunatic. And, of course, you can always find me on Letterboxd, Master Z91.
All right, you can find me on all things OTS movies, mostly TikTok, Instagram, Letterboxd. You can also find me over on the Cinema Nook, cinemanook.com. I'm writing over there, also on the social medias, which is TikTok and Instagram for that platform too. I do a weekly Blu-ray and 4K release video, and then writing a bunch of stuff too. I just watched. I just got an advanced screener for the VOD release for Cannibal Mukbang. So I just watched that.
Cannibal Mukbang?
Cannibal Mukbang, yeah. And it's what it sounds like.
All right. Well.
But spoilers for my review, it sucks. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, it's not good.
I have a feeling I'm going to need to explain to Nico what a mukbang is now.
Is it just me, Tina, or does just that term mukbang sound fucking gross?
Oh yeah, it
I
sounds
don't like
perverted.
watching mukbangs. I don't like mukbangs. They're disgusting.
It just sounds gross. The term sounds gross. Call it something else. Why does it got to be mukbang? It's disgusting.
Well, that's the play on the whole cannibal furrow, cannibal Holocaust, cannibal.
I know. It's just gross.
It's the title.
Gross. I know.
We got to get them in with a title. Where the kids
I guess.
Kids.
All right. Well, then I guess if there's nothing else, we'll see everybody next week.
Bye everybody.